Hey DGE, today is Friday, October 2nd, and this is your Friday flag. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Place your right hand over your heart. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now it's time for staff shout-outs. Let's see who got some love this week.
A shout out to Mr. Wiggs for being a fun teacher and making math easier to learn, from Eliana. Thank you, Mrs. Foster, for encouraging me and making learning fun, from Julian. Mrs. Foster is fantastic, from Alex. I love my teacher and she is kind and I will give all of my heart to her, from Giada. Mrs. Petula is kind and patient with the students in her class, from Hayden. This goes out to Mrs. Schaefer for being so patient, kind, and for helping her when she needed extra support, from Amelia. A shout out to Ms. Smith and Mrs. Pollock for being great teachers, always patient with our questions and making school fun, from Megan. We'd like to give a shout out to Mrs. Walters for being a fun and loving teacher, from the Valencia family. A shout out to Mrs. Zaleski. Thank you for being so understanding when the apps and submission buttons don't work properly and for helping us figure out when we have technical difficulties and letting us resubmit things, from Billy and Bobby. And to Ms. Zaleski for being an amazing teacher, from the Valencia family.
Thank you again to all of our parents who went on Parent Square to leave shout outs this week. They really are appreciated. Now it's time for us to recognize some of our dynamic dolphins.
In Mrs. McIntyre's class for completing all of his Capit minutes and logging in on time every day this week, we have Rodin. And for participating in Zooms with a positive attitude, we have JC. In Mrs. Valadez's class for always being on time, prepared, attentive, and willing to participate, we have Damien and Isaac. In Mrs. Petula's class for working hard on Zoom and on their assignments, we have Casey, Silas, and Lauren. And for great participation and a great attitude, we have Cash. In Mrs. Garcia's class for excellent participation in Zooms, we have Elizabeth and Farah. In Mrs. Vargas's class for always completing work on time, we have Luis. In Mrs. Sundall's class for doing a great job participating and completing assignments, we have Maddie, RJ, Riley, Evan, and Mackenzie. In Ms. Blue's class for being responsible and showing up to Zoom prepared and ready to work, and for completing assignments, we have Audrey, Aaliyah, and Tyler. In Mrs. Foster's class for showing good listening skills and participation during class, we have Emmett, Everly, Madison, and Yasiel. In Mrs. Murray's class for perseverance with technology, we have Sophia, and for being dynamic, we have Caleb. In Mrs. Malvin's class for finishing their happy numbers and Lexia each week, we have Luke, Nathan, Kaylee, Ben, and Reed. In Mr. Horton's class for improved quality and completeness of work, we have Zuri and Gianni. In Ms. Mesa's class for being dynamic, we have Robbie and Addison. In Mrs. Prover's class for being responsible and completing all of their independent work and being respectful during class, we have Blake and Sebastian. In Mrs. Walters' class for being on time and completing their work on time, we have Sophia and Zachary. In Mr. Wiggs' class for being dynamic, we have Angel and Philip. In Mrs. Zaleski's class for consistently working hard in all academic areas, we have Nathan.
A big congratulations and thank you to all of our dynamic dolphins this week. Just as a reminder, our character trait for the month of October is respect. Let's all be thinking about ways that we can show ourselves and one another respect through our actions. Now it's time for birthdays. Again, happy birthday to all of our friends celebrating this week. I hope you have a great week, Donald Graham, and I will see you on Monday.